I am Tom, just one pack, and this is AC on the Short Alpha Clash podcast, where I talk all things Alpha Clash on my way to work. Now, a bit of sad news, excuse me, a bit of sad news came out this week, along with some good news. So, the sad news is that Rising Empire Studio has cancelled the crowdfunding campaign on Gamefound for the board game Cosmic Conquest. Now, the good news to that is that they relaunched it somewhere else, or will relaunch it at some point. So the crux of the matter is they haven't said anything specific about this, but my take on this is, since I last week said, well, it seems like it's going good and all is well, apparently it was not, and I sort of get that. So last week when I spoke, the crowdfunding, the Gamefound campaign has just launched, and it grew very fast the first few days. What happened is that shortly thereafter, it stalled and did not really move. Now, the next couple of days, the amount of backers kept growing, although slowly, but the total amount of money pledged shrank. So, at some, I guess that people were adjusting their pledges to a little less hype and a little more financial responsibility, and I totally get that. But it does mean that they didn't have the momentum to bring it, or at least they didn't think they have the momentum to bring it home, so to speak. So they chose to cancel it and said that it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later sort of thing, and almost immediately launched it, or at least set up the page on Kickstarter. Now the shift from Gamefound to Kickstarter can have loads. I don't know why they did it the other way, where they would go to Gamefound. Maybe they were in dialogue with the Gamefound, with people from Gamefound who wanted to get them over there to get a few more successes. I don't know how these things work, but that could be a thing. And well, it didn't. So now they're moving back to Kickstarter, and we all get to have a go. The pledge that I made on Gamefound is most likely going to be repeated on Kickstarter. Me wanting the board game has not changed, so whatever comes up on Kickstarter, I'm definitely going to have a look. I'll try and leave a link to the Kickstarter campaign, which is not live yet. We don't have a date for that, so it's not live yet, but it is on the Kickstarter page, so you can go follow it. What I hope will happen, and it is just me hoping, what I hope will happen is that they will adjust well, there's two things to this. One, I hope they will take the follow us sort of thing and have that reward repeat. So they promised I'm assuming they would fulfill that. They promised a minifigure of Clarity for everyone who was following the Gamefound campaign prior to it being launched. Hopefully they repeat that. I haven't seen that for the Kickstarter campaign. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I hope they will. What they also did was that they had some, they had a few social media rewards. That if their YouTube channel got a certain number of followers and so on, that there will be minor things like free stickers and stuff like that. It all costs money. I hope they repeat that to some extent. Also, I hope they will look at their add-ons, and if they all were popular or popular enough, then I hope they will keep doing them, or they will adjust them now they have a chance to see what went and what did not go well. So, a revitalised crowdfunding for Cosmic Conquest will be coming to Kickstarter, and I encourage you to go look. That's the board game. It will still be. It's just a little bit late, which makes me sad because I really wanted it. Let's see what the timeline will change to be. Right now, I'm going to guess that they are keeping their eyes focused on both the competitive gameplay, which has concluded. I'm not going to go too much into that, but at the website there's a complete list of who won what. Really interesting. If you're into that. You can see all the Clash Grounds around and trying to figure out who will be coming at the Pro Tour. With the first Pro Tour is this December at ClashCon. Now we have to talk ClashCon because there's a few tidbits coming out about it. So they started with a very basic plan where it was the general dates, and now the program is sort of spilling over and letting us know more and more. One of the concepts, well, there will be all the usual stuff about sort of talks from the creators of the game. You can at least Wade King will be there, at least he announced so there will be a chance to meet him and maybe get a card signed. And there will be the photo ops and stuff like that. That has been announced. I was all expected. Also, the Pro Tour will be there. That is definitely going to be interesting to see and see some of the top level play there. However, in addition, they will also be doing some interesting events. So there are loads and loads of side events, and they will be both constructed and sealed. I'm really looking forward to trying my hands on sealed for real, because I'm definitely going. Come on, it's the first ClashCon. They will be doing different events, and one of the events they'll be doing is something they call a WAM, which is short for Winner Master Set. So that is a competition, constructed decks, which will fire off, I should count this, 6 times I think during the con, more than once at the very least, and they will let us play for a draft box. So Winner Master Set is Winner Draft Box. It is a Draft Box 1. I was hoping that we could soon get a peek at how the Draft Box 2 will look. Maybe they reveal a tidbit of that, since we are after Genesis Returns release. But you can win a Draft Box 1 at these WAM events. There'll be $20, about 20 quid each, which is not cheap, but they still seem fun. I might bring a deck to just do that at least. Other than that, there will be running events, and they sort of, as they write in the program, they will be firing off when the pots are filled, both sealed and constructed. And there'll be a few social events. One of which is the free pizza dinner on, I think it was Saturday, which Sounds like fun. Who doesn't like free pizza? So go there. It's the 4th to the 6th December, first weekend in December. Go have a look. If you're coming, I'll see you there. And then, of course, we have to talk about Genesis Return. We're a month away from the actual release. There will be they've just released all the tokens, which sort of concludes the spoiler season for this. And just the last bit here has been the red cards they've spoiled. And there's loads of interesting cards, but there's specifically one that sort of leans into a new fun interaction. Thing is, Weber comes out with a car. When he enters, he sort of attaches weapons. We know this; it's been done before, in a way. But along him comes another card that triggers on trigger enter, or rather, it's a relic, and the relic lets a trigger enter effect trigger again. Now it's exclusive, so you can only have one in your accessory zone at any given time, but your trigger enter effects will fire twice when it's out. Cost 4, it's red, so there's sort of a limitation there as well. But it had me go back and look what cards have interesting trigger enter effects. And there are some interesting trigger enter effects, but not something I would want to have triggered twice. I mean, something like Alpha Asta, which clears the board and let you pick a single character, doesn't really matter the second time around, because you just remove one card and get another. However, you might remove himself, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. There's quite a few of those that have powerful enter effects, but doesn't do much. Then someone mentioned in the Discord, how about Pestilence? And I thought, what Pestilence card? I went through them and couldn't find it until I looked at the spoilers for Pestilence. Now, there's a different story. I'm not saying that's useless with other trigger enter effects, but listen to this. If you can get this to trigger twice, the card is Pestilence, Putrid Contagion, I think, which has a trigger enter effect that says that all opponents, so we're readying for multiplayer, all opponents discards one card, and if that card is a non-clash card, they lose 3 health. The contender does. Now that triggers twice. Now you pulled out 2 cards out of their hand and potentially made them lose 6 life. You can do that 4 times in a game. That is quite a lot. So all of a sudden that makes sense to build a Pestilence deck, which is green-red. I think that would be awesome. So definitely some new things and some new ideas coming out in the new Genesis Returns. So, also, as a final note, we got, I think, the first Paul card, which is quite cool. So Paul is this character that sort of helps Moxie in the lore book. He's sort of this character that helps Moxie and Weber on the rooftop fighting alphas, which makes them alpha hunters. Fine, good. He's sort of the do-all, not really strong kind of guy, which is fine and interesting. The really, really fun thing about it is I've sort of, in my own groups, I'm working on a format, I should say, that I call Paul. The thing is that Paul is this guy who can't really do much, but he's trying to help out, which is exactly what this card does. it says Paul helping out. Now, the fun thing with the format, I'm gonna promote it every chance I get. You sort of need to be able to build a deck from a single box. So the format is a very low key, low power. You can use commons and uncommons, 4 rares. That's it. Maybe 8 rares. We're testing that, which makes really, really good sense because it's just a regular guy. And now you can get him as a card. So Paul helping out, 1 red, and he interacts with your weapon, so you can sort of get a weapon-like effect from him entering the battlefield, only he does that every time he attacks. He's a 0-2, if I remember correctly. So Paul has come to the game, not just the lore, and that's going to be, he's just uncommon, but it really is one thing I'm going to look for. Anyway, I waffled on for a quarter of an hour now, and I'm at work, so yeah, looking forward to the new Kickstarter, to ClashCon, to Genesis Returns, and to all of the other stuff that will happen in the world of Alpha Clash. Anyway, that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.